Drummers Against implied timekeeping. This video is called Drum Set Killer. The purpose is to just share with those of you coming in on what's the best and most effective way and value to buy a drum set or to upgrade the drums that you already have. Now, I do have 3 previous videos. For those of you who've not seen those, I invite you to take a look at my ride cymbal killer. I also have a bass drum comparable study, and I have hi-hat killer. And these videos are basically set out what you're trying to do most cost effectively when buying some sort of drum equipment. And I guess this video comes off of those 3 videos. The response was so positive that I felt it necessary, especially for drummers who have a drum set and want to upgrade and or buy a new set. This is not for any drummer who has a particular style. If you're a jazz player and you have a jazz drum set, you don't do anything else, this does not apply to you. But for those drummers who are looking to upgrade, what's the best and most cost-effective way to go about doing it? And so these are some of the ideas I want you to understand. Also, as a disclaimer, this is only my opinion. Obviously, I don't want to get into any argument. I just want to express what my views are on this subject, so please bear with me. Philosophically, always, I wish I had more drum sets as well, but we can't do that. So what you want to do is utilize what you have already or to improve it, and what's best based on the money you have. Now, I'm going to assume most of you use eBay, and eBay is, just has a big selection of drums to choose from. So as a basic template or a basic configuration of sizes, what you want most effectively, if you can, you start with 24-inch bass drum always. I'll go back to my bass drum comparable to understand where I'm coming from with that. 24 inches round, 16, 18 inches deep, no mounts or tom mounts on it. It has to be a virgin bass drum. Maple as well. It has to be maple wood. That cannot be compromised. If you already have a 12-inch high tom and by 8 inches deep and a 14-inch by 14-inch floor tom, that can be compromised a little bit, assuming that you have those already. If you don't, it is very rare to see a 24-inch bass drum with a 12-inch tom, or a 24-inch bass drum with a 14-inch floor tom. But if they have it, then you're at an added advantage. Then I want you to really key in on that. That becomes fantastic, because Pearl does it sometimes, Tay, this company out of China, Mapex, D-Drum, and various other custom makers, you may see it. But if you have these sizes, that's essential to me. A second bass drum, depending on what styles you do in the future. You have the 24, you get a 20 as a second bass drum if you can. That's the order of things. The snare as well. You can get an acrylic snare, oak, various other woods, birch, beech wood, all great. It has to be 13 or 14 inches round, no more than 6 inches deep. As you get bigger than 6 inches, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, then positioning of the height of where you're sitting at the drums becomes a little bit changed, and I don't want that. It's not worth it, and it's best to get the 6 by 14 or 6 by 13. Those are really good. Any wood at all, including the acrylic, they're all excellent and inexpensive. So that's the order of things. Now, also, you cannot compromise on your pedal. You have to pay for the top pedal. The Pearl Demon is excellent. The DW9000 double pedal, the Trick is fantastic. The Axis, wonderful. The Yamaha Flying Dragons is fantastic. They're all great. Can't compromise on the pedal. Do not buy a cheaper double pedal. The order of things always, in my opinion, is the bass drum and double pedal, no compromise. The toms you can compromise a little bit in what they're made of and what they are, as long as you can tolerate that they're different colors. But keep in mind, drum sets in general have an awful resale value. So it's better to buy less expensive drums and change off as you go. You can sell the floor tom or sell the snare or whatever changes you're doing in the kind of music you're playing. It depends also what you're doing. But the best and most cost-effective way depends on what you're doing as well. I just don't want you spending a lot of money on a drum set that has very limited application, and it's not effective for you. So whatever drum set you have, if it doesn't have the 24, 12, 14, 13, and 14 on the snare, then you are going to have to buy in some sort of order of things. And to me, while you're learning, the best way is to start with the bass drum and double pedal in that order. You have to have that. So, and then get the 12, then get the 14, then get the snare. Or if you want to get the snare first, but it depends. But just keep these things in mind, all right? As I say, it's difficult to do a video without seeing what you have and what kind of money you have. There's too many variables that I don't know. But assuming some things that you have enough just to get one thing at a time, this is the order of things and the most effective way to improve things, especially if you're recording and you don't have the money to spend on a lot of things, equipment. Also, when buying stands, get single brace stands of high quality as opposed to double brace stands all the time, because single brace stands of higher quality can hold whatever tom you have mounted, especially if it's 12 by 8, and it's lighter. I don't see the point in getting a double brace stand all the time. It's very heavy, it's more expensive, and it doesn't hold any better. A good single brace stand doesn't bounce around, so I think Yamaha comes to mind, is excellent. Premier is excellent. These are all single brace stands. They're excellent quality and inexpensive compared to a double brace stand. So stay away from double brace stands. I just don't see the point of it. I just don't think it's effective, and it's much heavier. The weight is also the enemy of a drummer. So these are some of the ideas I have. If you have any questions, especially on something such as this, feel free to ask me on Twitter, which is twitter.com/drummersagainst, and I'll answer depending on what you have and what you're getting. Before you get it, ask me and I'll tell you what's the best way to go about it. I'm also on Facebook, which is facebook.com/drummersagainst-implied-timekeeping. Like on that if you would. And for those of you who are coming in for the first time, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Subscriptions is your way of supporting to what I'm trying to do here and to continue and come up with new videos with innovative ideas to help you. I invite you as well to look back at my introduction and my explain videos, which just goes over my entire program and philosophy at the drums and what I'm trying to do. I thank those of you who have stayed with me the whole time I've been online here. And subscribing and supporting me. That I'm flattered that you have stayed, and hopefully I'll continue to do more things to keep you going. So good luck to you. Good luck to every one of you that are coming up and learning the instrument. It's a great thing, and I'll help in any way I can. But these are some of the principles I want to share with you, and hopefully they're helping. My best to each and every one of you.